Hello everyone and welcome back to CBSE TechTalks. In today's video, we will be covering one of the important topics of Class 12 CS, and that is data structures with stacks. What exactly is data structure? It is a named group of data of different data types which is stored in a specific way and can be processed as a single unit. A data structure has well-defined operations, behaviors, and properties. So the learning objective of this video is, or you can say are, differentiate between data types and data structures, understanding stacks, learn push and pop, implement stack in Python, expression, conversion, and evaluation. So before proceeding further, let's differentiate between data types and data structures. Data type defines a set of values along with well-defined operations stating its input-output behavior, while data structures is a physical implementation that clearly defines a way of storing, assessing, manipulating data stored in a data structure. The data stored in a data structure has a specific work pattern, that is, in a stack, all insertion and deletion takes place at one end only. Now, there are different types of data structures, and they are two. Data structures are very important in a computer system, as these not only allows the user to combine various data types in a group, but also allows processing of the groups as a single unit, making things much simpler and easier. Data structures can be classified into two types. Simple data structure. These data structures are normally built from primitive data types like integer, real, character, boolean. Arrays or linear list are the examples. Compound data structures are the simple data structures can be combined in various ways to form more complex structures called the compound data structures. Compound data structures are classified into further two categories. The first one is linear data structure. These data structures are single level data structure. A data structure is said to be linear if its elements form a sequence. For example, stack, queues, and linked list. Non-linear data structures, as the name indicates, these are multi-level data structures. Example is tree. Python built-in linear data structures are list, tuples, dictionaries, and sets. The diagram is showing you how the array is stored, the linked list, stacks, queues, and tree. Let me explain you in little more detail what are all these. Stack data structures refer to lists stored and accessed in a specific way when last in, first out, that is LIFO technique, is followed. In stacks, insertion and deletion takes place only at one end, and that is called top. Stack is similar to a stack of books. Note that books are inserted or removed only from the top of the stack. Second one is queue. Queues data structures are first in, first out. List where insertion and takes place at one end, that is called rear, and the deletion takes place at the other end, that is called front. Queue is much the same as the line of people waiting for their turn to take food. First person will be the first to take food, and a new person can join at the end of the queue, that is rear of the queue. Third one is linked list. Linked list are specific list of same data elements linked to one another. The logical ordering is presented by having each element pointing to the next element. Each element is called a node, which is of two parts, which has two parts. The information part, which is stored the information, and the reference pointer part, which points to the next node of similar type. Trees are multi-level data structures having a hierarchy relationship among its elements called nodes. Topmost node is called the root of the tree, and bottommost nodes are called the leaves of a tree. Now, these are the basic operations which can be done on the data structure. The first one is insertion. It means addition of a new data element in the data structure. Second one is deletion, means removal of data elements from a data structure. The data element is searched for before its removal. The third one is search, involves searching for a specific data element in the data structure. Fourth one is traversal. Traversal of a data structure means processing all the data elements of it one by one. Next one is storing, arranging data elements of a data structure in a specific order. Merging, combining elements of two similar data structures to form a new data structure of same type is called merging. Now when we talk about stack, already I gave you, it is a linear data structure. It follows LIFO, last in first out principle, insertion and deletion from top. Real life examples are stack of plates, stack of books, undo and redo, browser history. We can go with this. The next one is stack operations are push. When we say push, it is insertion of an element. Pop is nothing but the deletion of an element. We sometimes use a peak word also, that is known as the inspection. Underflow and out, you can say underflow and overflow are also the situations. When we talk about underflow, it is the case when there is an error when you tries to push or delete an item from an empty stack. That is, stack is currently having no item and still one tries to pop an element, that is called underflow. While overflow is the situation when you tries to push an element in the stack when the stack is already full. This situation occurs when the size of stack is fixed and cannot grow further and there is no memory left to accommodate the new item. While peak, I told you, it is refers to the inspection of the values at the stack's top without removing. So sometimes we need to remove. When we are saying remove, we are doing pop operation, while when we inspect which element is at the top, that is peak operation. Now stacks are used in Python for Python list use. Append is used for push and pop is used for pop. So we have append function and pop function already with the Python, which can be used with the stacks. Now this is a small code which will help you how to go with push and pop portion of the program. We can have a stack array of, you can say stack, and the name given is stack. Two functions are defined, one is push and the other one is pop. When we are pushing, we need an element which will be pushed. So an element is passed and we are appending that value x to the stack. So the variable x will add at the top of the stack. The other one is pop. We are defining pop. If length of stack equals to 0, it means there is no element in the stack. Then it is going to print underflow, means we can't remove the element. Already there is no element existing. Otherwise, this function is going to return a value which is popped. So it will remove also and the function will return the value also. Now before going further, I want to show you the complete program where we can have all the operations of stack. Let me open the program for you. File, and I am opening file, so I am closing this. I have to open the file. Let me adjust the file on the screen. So I want to open the file. File is already saved in my system, so I am simply opening. I will explain you how the stack takes place. Now I think you are able to see the array is declared, the name of array is given stack. You have defined a function push. So we are using enter element to be pushed. In this case, no parameter is passed. While in the coding, I showed the parameter is passed. Choice is yours. You may pass parameter or you may take value in the function itself. In this function, value is read in the function. After that, we are appending that element. Item is appended. Printf item pushed into the stack. So it is going to give a message that so and so element is pushed into the stack. The second function is pop. If length of stack equals to 0, I told you that if there is no element, then it is going to print stack is empty, cannot pop. Else, if element do exist, the pop element will be stored in the variable item and we can print popped element and the value of item will be displayed. The next one is search. If we are searching an element in the stack, so you need to take the value which you want to search. If we are storing that item or the element to be searched in the variable item if item in stack. So when it is in stack, we are getting the position of the element in the stack by using len function, and by finding out we are subtracting the length index of the element from the length of stack. So we will get the position of element. So print element found at position from the top. So from the top it is going to give at which position the element do exist. Else element not found. I think it is clear. The next one is to display. If length of stack equals to 0, print stack is empty. Else print stack elements from top to bottom. How it will go? We are starting a for loop. We are using a for loop which will have the length of stack -1. We are going in reverse direction and we are going till -1, and we are going with reverse direction. Why to -1? Because we want the element till 0th position, and -2 0 will be -1. That's why upper limit is given -1 here, and it is going to print all the elements one by one. Now the next one is change. If you want to change an element or any position, so if length of stack equals to 0, stack is empty. So if the stack is empty, we can't change the position of an element. Otherwise it will return stack is empty. Otherwise pop equals to int input, enter the position from the top to change. It will find out the position, which position you want to change. So if position is less than equals to 0 or position is more than stack, the position, if it is less than or it is beyond, it will be either underflow or overflow, or it will be invalid position. Else new value equals to enter the, so we have chosen the value position where you want to change, so we are taking the new value of that position. So it will read the value for new position. Index equals to len stack minus position, so the index will have the position of that, and then we are storing new value to the stack index. Let me slightly change the screen also. Okay, so here, so it will be, then it will be storing that value, the index which we just now got, the new value will be stored at that index, and then element change successfully will be displayed. The next function is traversal, going and visiting each and every node of stack. If stack equals to 0, len stack equals to 0 means stack is empty, though this thing we have to check for each and every function. Else print traversing stack. How to it will print? For element in stack, and it will be going to print the elements. So the next one is menu driven program, while true. So this while loop will execute as long as it is true. So these print statement will print the message as it is. Stack operation menu, first push, second pop, third search, fourth display, fifth change, sixth transversal, seventh is exit. Then it is taking the value from the user, that is choice. If choice equals to 1, we are calling the function pop. Okay, if the choice is 2, we are calling function, sorry, first, if the choice is 1, because first one is push, so we are calling function push. Else if choice equals to 2, we are calling function pop. And if choice equals to 3, then we are calling search. And if choice equals to 4, we are calling display function. And if choice equals to 5, we are calling change function. And if choice equals to 6, we are calling transversal function. And this way it will keep on going on. And let me put the position here. And then it is going to transverse. If choice equals to 7, it will exit the program, break. Else if you have given choice other than 7 also, it will give you invalid choice. Please try again. So let me run this program. Run. Now first of all, let's see if there is any element already existing. So stack is already empty, so we check for, okay, so we will be pushing an element 1. So push an element, suppose I have pushed element 5. Let me make the screen of this size so that it will be easy. So we have 5 pushed in the stack. Let's push one more element. So one more push, and this time we are pushing. So one is enter the choice. So I'm giving 1 and enter the element to be pushed. So I'm pushing this for times 8. 8 is pushed. Now to see the element display 4. So we have 8 and 5 there. If you see here 8 and 5. So we have entered 8 as well as we have entered, the first case was 5 was pushed. So the new element is coming at the top. We are doing stack, isn't it? So next one is if we want to search. Let's take an example. I want to search option is 3. I want to search element 5. So element found at position 2. So this is first position, this is second position. We do start with 0, but when we will be displaying, we will displaying from first and second position. Okay, suppose we want to change. So changing is 5. Now enter the position from top to change. Suppose from top we want to change the second value. New value, let's take 10. So instead of 5, now we have given 10. Display, now it is 8 and 10. So we have checked for push, we have checked for search, we have checked for display, we have checked for change also. Let's go with the 6 operation. 6 and transversal, display and transversal are almost same. Now if I go with pop, because this is only left, if I give choice as 2 and it will pop the element pop is 8. Now if I give option 8, because till 7 it takes any option, invalid choice, please enter again. So let's enter 7. All the options of the stack are explained to you. Let me go with this. So this is done. Now there are some applications of stack. Application of stack is reversing a string, parenthesis matching, and function call. So these are the applications of. Now first application is infix, prefix, or postfix. So generally we have expressions when we write in mathematics, we have infix expressions, but when we go with the other part, we can convert into postfix and prefix also. This question generally comes of 2 marks, and it has been coming from last many years, even when computer science has C++ as a language, programming language. Now still it is coming, so be particular. Now what we will be doing for the postfix, we operand pushed, operator, pop, and compute. Will be showing you one thing. Now if we have to convert infix to postfix conversion using a stack, now two things will take place: operators stored in stack and operands added to output. So operands will be added to output and operators will be stored in the stack, because now operator will be after operand. And these rules are: operands go directly to the postfix expression, starting bracket is pushed into the stack, when the closing bracket comes, pop until starting is found, means you will be popping all the elements which are in the part of parenthesis. Operator precedence, our highest operator precedence is raised to power, multiplication and division is second one, plus and minus is the third one. If incoming operators have lower or equal precedence, pop stack operation first. So this we all know. So let's take an example. A plus B plus into C is the thing. So when A will go, it will go to the postfix. Plus will remain in stack. When B will come, again plus B will go to the postfix expression. Multiplication, as operator has come, so operator will come in stack. Still operands are A and B. When C will come, C will also go there. Now all the operators and operands are over. So one by one, you can say operators will be popped and will be inserted into the stack. I think this is clear. Let's take the other one with the parenthesis. Now in the previous case there was no parenthesis, so we know that multiplication is having higher priority over plus sign, so multiplication took first. But in this case we have used the overruled operation using parenthesis. So symbol parenthesis has come, so it will go to stack. Postfix, there will be nothing. A has given inserted, so A will go to postfix. Plus will come to stack. When B will be there, B will go again to the postfix. Now brackets have come, so all the operators which are in the bracket will be popped. So there was plus operator, so that is popped, and even bracket will be popped. Multiplication sign, it will remain in stack. C will go straight away to postfix, and then the expression gets over. So all the leftover operands will be inserted one by one in the postfix. I think this is clear to you. Now there are some exam tips. It's very important for board exam. Practicals, it comes in the practicals also for dry run. Now thank you for watching this. I would like you to like this channel if it is not liked, subscribe and share with your friends, and even you can comment on to me which portion you like best and where you need some more inputs to be given, or which topic you want me to make video on, so that I can come with those videos. Thank you once again for watching.